Hi.
Hello again.
Wow. Hello there.
Everyone decided to try and level up their characters because they remembered their XP, so we're running a little bit later than usual.
Oh, I didn't do it.
Oh.
I was
Bye,
talking
guys.
about it.
We'll be back.
And yet you didn't actually do it.
So last time on Hunter the Virgin, we had starring Zachariah.
I mean, I did have a pretty big reveal, if I do say so. I pull my head off and I throw it.
I believe Percy is probably bisexual.
Anyway, so they learned a lot about Minotaur anatomy,
Sure.
both visually and internally. And then we
Internally?
ended.
How do we learn internally?
Well, because how they digest stuff.
Oh, I was like, we didn't go in him.
Speak for yourself.
Wait, I was
I
just saying
took
you
some
didn't.
X-rays. It's okay.
Hey, I'm surprised. Like you weren't like, I need samples of everything. Is it
It's a
biological?
great point.
You were in
Don't
shock.
know this.
You know, the
Yeah.
apocalypse.
Mhm.
You know.
Then we ended with all of your cell phones going crazy, even though they've been dead
We were
this entire time.
out. So we were leaving. We were already on our way out of New York at that point. Right?
Nope, you were sitting at the kitchen table with Percy.
Oh, okay.
You were reading your paper, remember?
Okay. We need to go now.
Yes, that would be best. I will remain here and protect your exit.
Thank you. Thank you for everything. It was really lovely to meet you.
I mean, are you gonna be okay, Percy?
Yes.
All right, I believe him.
Grab the internet. Let's go.
The internet.
I forgot about that.
Yes, take
Yeah.
whatever it is you
Yeah.
need. I can always make more. Just go, fly, you fools, to quote Ian McKellen.
I'm just gonna toss whatever's on the table in my bag. Then, if he says that, because I thought he told us we could take the internet, but if he's saying take whatever, take it.
Take the not bacon.
Yes, and then not coffee.
Yeah.
Running outside,
So what's the plan? You guys
Get back
running
in
out
the
the
car
front
and go.
door?
Is there a back exit?
There's definitely a service entrance where they receive stuff.
I asked Percy how we get there.
He gives you some quick instructions on how to get there.
Yeah, I mean, well, our car's out front though. Would we want to run out the front to get to the car to run away, or
check the front and see what's out there.
Yeah, maybe.
yeah?
All the windows are boarded though.
I'll go. Look at the front door.
Okay. So you go to the front door. Percy standing over you, giant hammer out of nowhere. And how do you check?
Sneakily.
With my face.
So you make a, let's say, resolve plus stealth, because you're trying to open the door without letting your panic.
So 1 die. So I have 0 stealth.
What
So
if
resolve is
I
2.
throw something out like an upper stairs window? Will that distract?
I'll do willpower. Can I do willpower?
Mm-hmm. You can even risk a willpower in this
Where
instance.
are our grenades?
Alright. One success.
Okay, so you just needed one. So you ever so slightly open the door, and you see humanoid figures. Now, I say humanoid because their bottom halves are definitely human, scraps of clothing, but from the elbows up and like about mid ab, they turn into what seems to be static.
Oh, okay.
And you hear a constant staticky noise, and they are crawling all over your car and like rubbing what would be their heads up against it, almost like in rapture.
I go back and tell everyone. I think the car may not be an option now.
I mean, we can't make it to Minnesota on foot. Is there any mode of transportation you have in the labyrinth?
There's a school bus.
I mean, that could work better than running. Is it working? Can we?
Yes. My mother left several canisters of what could be considered gasoline in the garage.
You don't have any more futuristic than that? I mean, I don't know. We're good. All right. School bus.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, we'll go to wherever he says the school bus is and see if we can fill her up.
So you guys get down into the bay, and it's like a school bus from your era.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it's an old school bus. It seems like maybe it was on some kind of display, and he has fixed it up because it's like up on risers, which you can lower it, and then you find the giant gas cans filled with something that smells kind of flowery.
Fill it up. Anyone
Okay.
else have drive?
Just this one.
I have one. I'll
Okay.
drive.
All right.
Beck, would you like to drive?
I guess I would.
Perfect.
Does anyone know Beck's stats?
Nope.
I know that he has two.
Of all the
three
times for Mark
drives.
to yell at him for leaving his character sheet behind.
It's true. Don't leave your character sheet and show up. That's all I'm asking.
We didn't explain his absence at all, by the way.
In the last two games. Oops.
I liked it. We just kind of rolled with it.
I didn't kill him.
I did not think of a reason for Beck not to be here, unlike Mark. We left off on a climax. I didn't have like a downtime so that I could work with.
There's nothing we could do, I don't think.
He's just gonna stay with the bus.
Yeah. It's Beck. That's what he
He's
does.
driving.
All right. To the garage.
So you fill it up.
Mm-hmm.
Who filled it up?
I'll help, I guess.
When you're filling it up, you are pouring it in, and like when you take away the canister to do the next one, you see some kind of like fleshy thing come out and like lick the inside of like the liquid, and then go back in.
So, the bus, there's a fleshy thing that comes out of the
Like
bus.
a tongue,
Okay.
and it's like licking the little droplets that
Got
are
it.
left behind.
I don't. Something. There's a tongue inside.
Let's go.
Okay.
Levi's like,
Gotta
what are you
go."
standing around?
Puke and rally, let's go. Yes, I finished filling it up and getting the bus, and we go.
Yeah. So you guys open the bay doors, and there's nothing out there. So you guys kind of drive out onto the road. It doesn't seem to be giving off any exhaust, and the engine is much quieter than you would expect.
That's good.
And it almost seems like turning the steering wheel is a suggestion to the bus, as opposed to like it turns. So like Beck goes to turn, and then like a few seconds later it starts turning.
Okay. All right. Good bus. Nice bus. Thank you, bus. Petting the seats. Out of town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, do we see any as
Minnesota.
we pass?
So how do you guys want to get out of town? You're from New York, so
We were at the Museum of Natural History, right?
mm-hmm.
So we should be on, I think, the west side of Central Park. So that's actually fine because we're gonna have to get out of. We're gonna have to probably go that way to get out.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, we
That
need
way.
further west. So the we can go uptown and take the George Washington Bridge.
Okay.
All right.
So you're gonna take a bridge?
Yes. There's either a bridge or a tunnel. That's the two options here.
That's
So.
why I'm asking. Bridge or tunnel?
Bridge.
Bridge. Okay.
No.
I mean, neither sounds
I
good.
know.
but-
Like, I'm just imagining that like the Holland Tunnel would be like just cars stacked. So we haven't looked at it yet, but that's what makes me nervous.
Bridge. I trust.
So with that way, would it pass you through the front of the museum, or no? You're purposely avoiding it.
Well, I'm trying to remember because I haven't been at this museum in a long time. But it's like it just runs all the way. Like it's pretty long, and it runs like along the park. So the back of it would be like there's like a park over there. So you
Okay.
can't really go.
So
I guess
you
like
would
a
have to
service
go
thing.
around the front.
I think so. Oh god, it's been just if there's anybody ever watching this in the future that's like from this area, they're going, what are you talking about?
It's okay. I don't know.
I don't think we
So,
can judge you
like,
for
Also, it's
For
a
not
fictional
remembering a
world,
museum
so,
that I
yeah.
haven't been to in a few years.
Also, 100 years in the future, they could have changed the museum.
Yeah,
True.
The park is gone. Replaced by a Walmart.
All of Central Park.
Good God, no.
It is
a
hell.
massive Walmart.
No.
No, it's a Costco.
There's one massive Costco.
Satan really has taken over.
Costco's better than Walmart.
Anyway, so you don't pass around the front?
We try very much not to. Yes, we'll take it all the way to the back and then go out the side onto the street on the Central Park West.
So you guys go. You hear your cell phones start to very quickly die down once you start powering away from the museum.
That's kind of handy. I mean, it sucks, but it's handy.
We should
Free
have brought
energy.
Percy with us.
I don't think you would want to leave his labyrinth, though.
He was such a dear. I hope he's okay.
I mean, I'm sure. Have you seen the size of his hammer?
Oh,
The hammer that he was holding.
Say so. I didn't really
Haven't
say anything.
quite seen our opposition yet, though, so
Yeah.
who
You guys
knows?
are very
Well, yeah, only Zach saw them, so.
I would have described it to them.
Creepy.
Yeah, that's weird.
Okay. So if we take.
Oh, you don't need to be that specific. It's fine.
I was
just
right.
need to know bridge or tunnel. That's
Bridge,
all I need.
yeah. I was right about the closest bridge, I think. But
Anyway, so you guys eventually, so as you're driving through town, your phones do act up occasionally. At one point, you see some kind of art installation that Levi, since you've been to New York City before, you recognize, but it's almost like it's been eroded down. Like it used to be twice its size and something has slowly eroded it. And you see several of the creatures crawling on it spider style and just like rubbing their heads against it.
the static.
Hmm?
The static.
Yeah.
Right.
And like as they rub it, it comes away like smooth.
Oh, I don't like this at all.
And what is it just like a metal sculpture?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, it used to be. It's just like nubbins now, but
But still like metal. That's the
Unrecognizable,
material.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to sit down on the floor of the bus and start going through the bag to see what we managed to grab.
I mean, you definitely have the bacon, your internet. You did grab the computer you were using because you're a monster.
He said take whatever you need. Just put it out there.
How much gas did me and Zach take?
I mean, you have like maybe enough. Well, you're not really sure exactly
How
how
much
this
you use,
gas
yeah.
tank works, but you guys did take easily 4 or 5 tanks
Okay.
worth of.
The fuel.
Now it's a bus, so who knows what the gas mileage on it is, but
Internet, bacon, coffee, computer. All right.
and since the bacon is
Do-
consensual, you feel like it might not go bad.
Is there anybody else on the road?
Mm-mm.
Just those things.
Do we see any creatures other than the things?
No, you guys don't really see much of anything.
Okay.
I mean, like there's like animals. Like
Yeah.
there's definitely like animals that have moved in,
Okay.
and even amongst the statue, like there was like pigeons around, and the creatures didn't seem to.
Care about those?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, do we just keep going?
Yeah, I just would
Yeah.
like to be away from here. This
Yeah.
seems.
I mean, we have the bacon, which is nice, but we need to consider. I mean, we have to go relatively long way. We should consider stores. I mean, do we have enough food? Do we have enough water?
Before you guys had met Percy, you guys did pick up some canned goods as
Mm.
well. So
And I
Mostly
think-
water.
I just think that we shouldn't probably stop until we at least get out of Jersey, maybe, into.
Yeah,
All right.
countryside.
wouldn't you go the opposite way from Jersey if you're going west?
Well, so Manhattan, Jersey, and then you keep going.
Oh.
It's like we can probably go like
I thought
up
Jersey
into
was east
Pennsylvania.
of Manhattan. I guess I don't know why.
There's nothing but ocean.
Makes sense. My American geography skills are not fantastic.
So
Yeah,
I at least out of city.
So you guys approach the bridge, and you get right up to like where it would be over the water, and the bus stops.
Like it's out of gas.
No, it just stops.
Like we're all like, whoa!
No, like it slows down to a
Okay.
stop.
Beck, what are you doing there, buddy?
Bus won't go.
Does somebody want to ask it?
I go over to the gas tank and like,
Ah!
open it. I'm like, is there a reason we stopped?
There's no response.
Try revving it.
Nothing.
Okay, going up to the front of the bus.
Yeah, I'll check the underneath and
Okay. Flash.
You look underneath.
underneath the bus. Yeah.
Make a composure roll.
I'm just gonna say at the grill. Flash your lights once for yes, twice for no. Do you understand?
Yes.
Composure and
Just composure.
Artifacts, right?
Artifacts for sure. Nothing.
Nothing?
Nope.
You walk away. You have no idea what was under that bus because your brain immediately shut down.
Is he
You know
okay?
for sure not to look under there again.
Don't. Don't. I'm going into the. Don't. Just don't.
Can you leave the city?
Yes.
Will you?
Why did you?
Not over a bridge.
It seems to. It flashes both its headlights separately.
Not over this bridge. I can list things. Lincoln Tunnel.
It goes back and forth.
Not sure. Just not here. Okay, let's take another bridge. I don't understand. No, not another bridge.
I mean, maybe it doesn't. Do you not want to be over water?
Is that a yes or no question?
Are you scared of water?
No.
Are you scared of open air? Are you scared specifically of this bridge? Okay.
Okay.
Is there something underneath this bridge?
Gonna kind of like step out a little bit and see if I can see underneath it at all.
You don't see anything.
I mean, that's good enough for me. If the bus doesn't want to go over,
All
maybe we
right.
find a
I
different
mean,
way.
yeah, this is where we're at in our lives. Let's trust the bus.
What's the next closest bridge?
Should we go north?
Tappan Zee Bridge? That's gonna be way far north.
It's around this time as you guys are discussing where to go that your cell phones start chirping.
We just gotta go.
South. Just go south. Go
All right.
south.
Back. We're going south.
On the bus?
Yes.
Because the bus is moving again.
Oh God. Run after. Just jump on the bus.
So the bus kind of churns out onto the bridge, realizing that whatever, it seems to be less afraid of the bridge than whatever it's fleeing from.
Oh God. All right.
All right.
Stay alert.
Gun it.
No, it goes very slow.
Do I see anything at the back?
Not out the back. Well, you don't see anything out the back, and your cell phones, as soon as you hit like the water line, your cell phones all seem to stop.
I want to be at the back, gun ready to shoot.
Same.
Who's at the front then?
I'll be at the front.
Back and
So
I'll have my
you,
sword.
Are you in the back?
so you see.
Away, so I can hear you.
So Beck goes, "Oh, there's a guy standing in the road."
Oh!
But you see someone about 4 or 5 times bigger than that with kind of like green skin and hunched over, kind of wringing his hands together.
oh, bridge troll.
And he looks, points directly at you, and then goes,
Does the bus stop?
the bus, as soon as the man is in the road, the bus.
And we all see a regular man.
Mhm.
Okay.
blue jeans, black t-shirt.
Oh my god, a man!
That's not.
We should go see if he's okay.
Brandon, that's a man. Oh my god.
Get off the bus.
Sir.
Wait. He was pointing at this one.
Yeah, that's not a man. You guys don't see. Okay. Anyway, I get off the bus and go up to him. Hi.
I'll be right behind Zach.
My lady is upset with you.
I mean, I'm not happy with her, but okay.
You hid from her. You cheated.
What do you mean?
You were meant to come through the gate and come for the rose bush.
That's what we tried to do.
No, you went into some other place.
We were taken there.
This is still cheating.
I didn't participate in it willingly, though.
My lady does not care. She has sent me to kill it. You are to come with me.
No.
Maybe I did not make myself clear. You are to come with me.
No.
Very well. Just know that the lives you are risking are not your own. I have explicit instructions to not harm you.
I feel like there was something that I made a note of that was important about this.
Should you move this up a little bit?
Maybe
Maybe
I
a little
should.
far down.
Try to avoid the beard and like scratching. I mean, what do we do?
I shoot him in the head.
Okay. Make that shot.
Okay. Firearms plus dexterity. Plus, how much is the
I'm on the
pistol?
bus with Carol. I'm like,
Well, the pistol
oh,
adds to
God,
damage,
he just
not to
shot that
attack
man.
roll.
Not to attack roll. I'll use a willpower.
I have Seb back, right? Now?
Hmm?
You have Seb back yet?
You've had 7, haven't you?
I thought so.
Yeah. If I forgot to do it, he would have been with Brett Benson.
6.
6?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you have the damage on your...
I don't. When Coulter gave me the, or when Levi gave me the gun, I never wrote it down. Do you have a pistol?
Yeah.
What's the damage
Oh, I'm
for
sorry.
a pistol? Yeah, I got a pistol.
Yeah, got a couple of them.
No big deal.
It is dice mod 2.
Okay, so it does 6 plus 2 minus his armor. So it lays into his head, and he kind of falls backwards, and you see that it has taken out, like it's hit him in the stomach, and he falls back, and he starts to lose his physical form, and left behind are a bunch of twigs and leaves and whatnot. But he's smiling, and in a language that only you quite understand goes, well, they love loud noises.
Shit. We gotta go, like now.
Your phones immediately light up, like brighter than they've ever been.
I just screamed, get on the bus. Run for the bus.
Yeah, get right, jump back, right back on.
Yeah.
You watch as from the cars that have been just abandoned on this bridge, these forms start to like ooze out of them. So you're surrounded.
Is the bus not moving?
That would be initiative.
Oh man.
Wait, that's not mine.
I'm dying yet.
Is this mine?
It does have low cards, so I think
These are, yeah, that's my palette background.
All right. So, anyone on King? Okay. What do you do, Levi? There are about 20 to 30, all amassing towards the bus.
Oh no! And they like loud noises. Everything I have is loud noises. How much of an action is it to like put on a silencer?
I think that would take a while.
So
You have to like screw it in.
Yeah.
Like I think that would take a.
Okay, I'm gonna take that action to put on the silencer.
Then we're on Queens then. Anyone on Queen? Jack? 10?
I attack the nearest one.
Okay.
Actually, I'm probably gonna do sword. Like,
Sword of St. Michael?
yeah. It's just been so long, I gotta remember to do this. Okay.
100% that bitch.
Did you remove the 3 for their defense?
This is just to do my sword.
Oh, okay.
So I succeeded on that.
Okay.
Remove 3 for defense.
Yeah.
Okay, so remind me the new system.
You just
I
have to
have-
hit and then you do all that damage. Right?
So your weapon mod just adds to the damage.
Right.
So you don't add it to your dice pool.
What do the number of dice that I roll?
Would be your weaponry plus strength.
Yeah, got it. Okay, I remember now. I'm taking 3 away. Uh, 2 successes.
Okay. So then add that to the weapon mod, and that gets you your damage.
6 lethal.
Okay.
Plus, what is
The Sword of St. Michael should do ag damage,
right?
which replaces the lethal damage.
Right. Okay.
So it's your successes on that roll. I think that's how much damage it does.
Yeah. So, I'm at the sword roll.
Mm-hmm.
So does 1 ag.
Okay, so 1 ag and then 6 lethal.
5 lethal.
5 lethal. Okay.
Yeah. So I got 6 total.
Okay, so you reach back with your sword and chop through one of them. And you mow through like with that one swing because they're so tightly packed, like a few of them, but like more just shuffle into that area, and they react almost as if like a hive mind. So it's not like fighting 20 individual things; it's like fighting one big
They're all
thing.
clustering. Okay.
All right.
He's on 10.
And also, they seem to like when you strike with your holy sword, the static seems to like shy away from it, almost like into an unnatural, shadowy kind of shape.
Okay.
So they seem to very much so want to get away from your sword.
Okay.
That being said, it is now 9, 8, 7.
I'm 8.
Okay.
Are any of them within 2 yards of the bus? Of a bus window?
Sure.
Okay, I go to that window. I snort up some powder and I cloud at them. Which is 5 plus 4. Woo! I'll get it later. It's cool. Thank you. Okay, so 3 to activate it.
4. You had an 8 there.
Oh, okay.
4.
So 4 to activate, which is a success. So toxicity 4, lethal poison.
Okay.
They resist with stamina plus resolve -4.
Okay. And then -4?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's real sexy. It's real sexy. I mean, bring those dragon's fire at them.
No resistance.
I'm not sure. Let's see. Toxicity. I wrote that down somewhere. So they take 4 damage then, because it's a toxicity 4.
All right.
Thank you for getting my dice.
Of course.
Whoever's next, 7, 6.
That's me. I will. Yeah, I'll go right next to Zachariah and attacks him as well. But
So when you're trying to move
yeah.
through this, because like they have pressed in,
Oh, so they're surrounding Zach right now,
they're surrounding all of you. Like
even on the bridge.
they're on the bridge.
Okay.
That's where they came from.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in the bus on the bridge.
So those of you who are on the bus, he was behind Zachariah, so you can move to Zachariah, but anywhere else, you're gonna be because like they're running towards.
So
you
they're
guys.
in the bus.
No,
now.
they came from behind it, so they're not in the bus because you have the door closed, but they are like I said,
Around the bus.
around the bus.
And
So
Zach
these
is
two
outside of the bus.
Yeah, these
We're
two are
both
outside of the
outside.
bus, so there are zombies in between you and the bus now.
Yes.
Not zombies, but you know what I mean.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll try and clear a path to the bus.
Okay.
So attacking with Damocles.
Okay.
And and then dexterity, right? It's been a while.
No, it's strength.
With Dam? Okay.
With almost all melee weapons.
Oh, I used dex because it was a knife. That's right. And there's no plus to Damocles, right?
Well, there is,
To-
but it's
to
to
hit,
damage.
yeah. Three.
3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And just remember, they do get defense, so remember that next time.
Okay.
But we'll let it go for now. Like, you guys are hacking at them, but, like, you're not making super great headway.
Okay.
And we can't get the bus to move
No, the bus is, like, you can't even open the door of the bus.
because these two are outside of the bus.
Well, the bus is, like, not letting you open it. Like, it's the cowering. You know what I mean? Like, the bus is scared. So that was 6. That's all of you guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Lovely.
Then it's them.
We shuffle these back in, right?
I have something I can try to help us. You guys will lose some willpower though, not permanently.
Do we have a better plan? I don't.
What's your defense?
I can throw my Icarine Servant at him.
You're what?
I can skeleton key one of them.
My defense?
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Skeleton.
Hold on.
They're like, ooh.
what's
They're distracted
this?
enough. We run away.
Run.
Well, we assumed that I brought my chainmail with me,
Mm-hmm.
so my defense is 0.
Okay. Your defense is 0?
Well, because chainmail is a -2 to defense.
Remember that in Chronicles of Darkness, you take your wits and dex together to get your defense. So you still take a -2 from your chainmail, but
Oh, I didn't
What's
know
in
that.
dex? Okay, 4, so it's 2 then.
Yeah.
But then I have my rating is 2-1.
that's for
For
armor.
armor.
So that's after they do damage.
Okay.
Oh my
I
god.
feel like there's a lot of holes when we switched rule systems.
Yeah, I was trying to go
Yeah.
over them that one day, and I should have. That's why I'm like, when we get to season 2, we'll be
Yeah.
better. But for right now, I'm struggling.
World of Darkness isn't
And
ready
it was
for
just
combat.
it was just too much all at once.
I need to get a gun.
Well, I
Quite
guess
frankly.
not in this world, because that beckoned a shitstorm.
I need a grenade.
Yeah.
You don't want a grenade.
Why not?
Poof.
That's
Okay, so
super loud.
they the horde gets you for 2. And
Okay.
what is your current defense?
5.
5.
Oh, it's a bad woof.
2
Alright.
lethal or bag or what?
2 lethal. as they bite into you. They literally just rub pieces of you away.
What? Oh God.
You take one lethal.
Can we pull him up through the window?
Lethal is X, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, so there's now a tilt on the battlefield. Everyone in the horde is nauseated by these creatures. So you take a -1 penalty to all actions during combat.
In the horde.
So me and Zach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Great.
Yeah, that's cool. I like it. This is so fun.
This is really going the way we wanted it to. Sorry.
Zach, I tried to do a good thing and
Oh, yeah.
protect you, but
Oh, you actually tried to help me.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, wait. What did that creature say to you?
They
like
like
the noise.
They like the noise. He was trying to take me before these creatures got me, and we just told them where we were by him shooting the dude.
Okay.
So these things were attracted to noise. That's how I'm taking it.
yeah,
What I'm taking it as.
I think that's what it is.
Oof.
Draw.
Oh.
And then King.
Eat.
Don't. No.
What?
Eat.
Oh, sorry.
Did you say eat?
I did say-
So it's King's.
Kings, that's
Jarek.
me. I'm going to activate my. If it does anything, I have hubris. So any magic that's happening within my radius has a -2 penalty. I don't know if these things are magic or not. And then I'm gonna just keep trying to make my way to the bus and hopefully like pull Zach along or like make sure that we can fit into areas.
Okay, so because of the this environmental tilt that I discovered is called zombies. So it's a tilt on the battle. So with that tilt, you lose your strength and dexterity to your speed score. So you only have the strength 5 speed, and as you move through them, they will get attacks against you as you're moving through the horde. Like you literally have to like push your way through them while you're attacking.
And there's just like tens of hundreds of them around us. Okay.
Well, tens. But
Tens. Okay.
What about?
Yeah, I mean,
This.
I got.
We need
Will that
all
hurt
of us
them?
together.
Okay.
I got nothing. I guess I'll just keep attacking the ones around me. And you said it was a
We need
minus
four
what?
of us
2?
to do that.
3.
-3.
Since you're the first attack
3
of
of
the
us
turn.
on the bus, if Carol counts.
Oh, no, but for the tilt, isn't there a minus to something?
-1.
Okay.
So all actions.
So -4 then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because their defense subtracts 3, and then
4, 6, and then -4. I'm gonna blow willpower.
you can also risk a willpower because you are fighting monsters. So
I already said I'd blow it. So nothing.
you got 0.
0.
That just means you don't hit, so you just miss.
Okay.
Essentially.
And that's my turn.
Queen.
Yes, Queen.
Yeah.
Okay. I know you. Changeling. I want to try a changeling thing.
Okay.
So I want to harvest,
Okay.
but then I also want to do a contract. That's 2 separate turns. Yeah.
I mean, you have essence.
You mean glamour?
Yeah, you have glamour.
Oh, I forgot I have glamour.
So you don't need to harvest. You can just use your contract.
Okay, then I'm gonna use my contract.
Okay.
There's no dice pool.
Okay.
I just do this.
Okay.
Okay, thorn and brambles.
You have to
I know.
describe what it does.
So what is this? Basically, I call on my memory of the hedge, and it was like ripping at me and stuff, and start screaming basically because it hurt. So I call on that hunger, or the hunger that it like had for me, and I offer my enemies a sacrifice instead. Brambles go around the changeling with a radius of yards, meters equal to my word, so 1 yard, meter around me. Follows me as I move, produce different effects. So the effect that I want to do is called Briar Patch. It entangles my enemies, inflicting the immobilized tilt on anyone who fails a reflexive dex plus athletics roll.
Okay.
And they must make one each time they move within the area.
They can't have high athletics. They're zombies.
They're not going to the gym.
Hopefully they have low dex staff.
They're not going to the gym.
And if they fail that, then once they become immobilized, I'll tell you
what happens if they critically fail it?
They all die.
Beheaded.
It does not say anything about a critical fail.
All right, so the immobilized tilt, the character can't do anything but wiggle helplessly. He can't apply defense against incoming attacks and can't take combat-related actions. If someone's holding him down, he can spend a point of willpower to deliver a headbutt or similar attack, but even that might not free him. So essentially, all the zombie around you two are now tied up in that and are completely immobilized.
And they can't attack us as we try to get out.
Yeah.
Does a bramble follow you?
Nice.
But it's only a yard, so the rest of the party who's on the bus is not so lucky.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I want to try to get to them. So I do that and then move as much as I can back to the bus.
Just because of the pure mass of them, you still only have a 5 movement, but
Sure.
I will say that they don't get the attack that they would usually get from that.
Okay, cool. Yay!
You did things, man.
Something.
That was good. Better than fuck I'm doing.
Hey, anything helps.
I am literally blowing smoke.
Nice.
So that brings us to Jack, and then to 10. Okay.
I see what happened before with like the gunfire and that it wasn't doing anything, so I just like shove the gun back in my jacket, and I pull my thumb across my hand like I'm striking a match and grimace, and then unleash hellfire.
Okay. All right. You roll, right?
Yeah. It's gonna be so it's intelligence plus dex minus defense.
Okay, their defense is 2 since they've already been attacked once this turn.
Okay, and I'm gonna use.
Well, actually, no, the ones you're fighting don't have his tilt, so yeah.
Okay, and I'm basically going for the ones that are like blocking their path still to try and help them get to the here faster. And I'm using a willpower, risking a willpower. That's 3 extra dice, right?
Well, yeah. So it's the same as spending a willpower. It's just you get it back if you succeed.
Okay, that's 2 successes.
Okay.
So
So that's 2 ag.
yeah,
Okay.
to whatever's in front of the door there.
Okay.
And then I take an ag.
The horde is definitely starting to kind of thin out a little bit. Like you guys have been cutting through them. They're still there. They're still thick around where they need to be, but like you guys are making headway. And that is 9, 8, 7. What are you?
6.
Okay, so they go on 7. So. They can't do anything. It's a weird. So this monster type, it's supposed to be like one horde is like the one creature. So if you immobilize like part of it with your ability, but then
All of it.
they're not
Yeah.
all
Right,
immobilized.
how do they-
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm like,
Would it break into like 2 creatures maybe?
Well, but then they have different health pools.
Mm.
It's, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm just going to rule because you put a tilt on the battlefield that they just can't. The ones who are getting at the bus are still trying to get at the bus, so that's their turn, I guess.
Okay. So then,
Okay, so the doors, I'm assuming there's zombies pressing against the doors, right?
Mhm.
How far away are these two?
I mean, you guys walked pretty like to meet the guy, so I'm assuming probably like 15, 20 yards
Away.
Mm-hmm.
And how many are not captured by the briar patch?
All the ones around them are captured by the briar patch. The
Within
ones
the
that
yard.
aren't are around the bus.
so there's basically like 14
Yeah.
And
yards.
the ones who aren't caught by his briar patch are moving towards the bus because they can't get at them.
And I think what your idea was to clear out the people from the door, right? I think that's still a good idea.
Okay. We'll inhale again and shoot some more Breath of the Dragon at the ones near the door. successes. Stamina plus resolve -4 for you.
They got no successes.
They have a failure, so I mean it just says for me success, this toxicity 4 poison, so they take 4 damage.
Yeah.
Suck it, zombos.
Suck it, zombies. You guys are definitely making headway.
This is the first time we've like pulled out all of our stuff too.
Yeah, everyone's pulled out some stops here.
So that's everybody?
Yep.
Okay. So we would move on to the next round.
That's wrong.
Oh, great. Actually, don't want to go soon again anyway, so it's fine.
All right, Kings.
Aren't we all?
Wait,
I'm a
shouldn't Beck
queen.
have a turn?
Beck's on the bus.
We don't have his character sheet.
Beck's
Sorry.
trying to get the bus started.
But he has a gun, right? We can't do that.
Well, everybody show up to game.
Damn it, Beck, if we die.
I mean, if we had gotten into combat during D&D, Bishop wouldn't have just magically showed up. So
That's true.
I just wasn't as prepared. And I was about to actually do something with Beck because one of them reaches in the driver's window on the king turn, grabs him by the head, and he just gets pulled out into the horde.
What?
Well, shit.
Balls.
It's not my turn. Why are you looking at me?
Queen?
Yeah, it would be Queens.
Yeah, that's me. All I can do is keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As you watch, they drag him. He's firing his gun uselessly, and they drag him into a car.
Ah!
That fast?
They're
It was
not
their
incapacitated.
turn.
How far did I move? Do we move? Because he's moving with me, right?
5.
Okay. So 3 more turns. Then we're at the bus. How far away is this car from the bus?
It's on the other side of the bus, so
Not super far.
it's you would have to get to the bus, and then he's like a good 10 yards away from the bus.
But how has he moved so
Okay.
quickly away from the bus already?
Oh, these things move fast.
And they're not
It's like
hindered
crowd
by our
surfing.
movement.
They crowd surfed him.
Well, they technically moved him through them. That's the confusing part. Because, like, you got to remember, you're not seeing, like, individual arms because it's all the same static. So if it put its arm in profile, you would lose the arm. Like, they're almost, like, 2D in that way. Like, they're obviously not functioning correctly with reality. Anyway, Queen?
What you got?
That was me.
Uh,
He's
you got-
moving.
Mhm.
I mean,
Well, you can move and attack.
Alright, I guess I attack. So
I mean, you have a bunch stuck on your brambles that can't do anything about it, so.
their defense is 0 then because they can't. Cool. Fuck yeah, bitches, die!
That's already a critical success, right?
Yeah, that was 5.
Okay.
And then 1 ag.
Well, so.
No, it uses up.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, yeah.
But it's still 5 lethal.
Yeah.
So that, like, you and one, like, you pull Lucius to you and then kind of like drop in a spin, and like all the ones on your brambles just like
Suck it, bitches.
and then you now free of the horde that you were in, you shoot through that hole as the ones, and you reach the bus, and you now are facing that horde. But your horde is essentially routed.
Right. Cool.
So, also on Queen, those of you on the bus, you feel your ears pop as the pressure changes suddenly on the bus, and a voice goes, "Tell that idiot to stop wielding whatever it is he's doing." And a very, very well-dressed man, maybe in his 40s and 50s, pair of tortoiseshell glasses, and a legit wizard staff, is now standing at the back of the bus.
turning to him with fire still coming off of my hands and out of my eyes. Which idiot? Which wielding?
The one just flinging the power of God around. I didn't even know that was still around.
Well, can you get us out of here if he does?
Yes.
Dropping the fire, climbing up the fire escape and opening the latch on the top. Stop wielding the power of God, just get in the bus!
Put that thing away! It's not my turn, but I guess that was it.
So to illustrate his point, you see rising from the bay a hand of static just casually rest on the bridge and start to move it.
What?
Ah, frick the Leviathan. Tell them to put their hands on the bus. Hands on the bus, children!
What about Beck?
You say, what about Beck, as the bus literally twists, and then suddenly you're in a field.
Well, frick.
That's very uncomfortable.
All of you need to make a stamina roll to see if your eardrums pop.
Oh.
I don't like these.
Nope.
2 successes.
2?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was a success. 2 successes.
Can I have somebody else's successes?
Do you want new dice?
Just me? Okay.
Okay, so take this condition, but for hearing.
Okay. Got it.
Oh no.
Got it.
As Levi is now deafened, as his eardrums have popped.
That was incredibly painful!
I do some healing stuff, right? I can help us, right?
I mean, given time, I'm sure. I mean, like, you can't...
I'll just stick a
magically-
needle in there, right?
It's
That'll work.
ringing. Ringing. Is anybody else ringing?
Stay calm, Levi!
You hear a voice in your head says, your hearing has been severely damaged. If you could lower your voice, and I will attempt to have this conversation in your mind as well as verbally. Do you understand? Say yes quietly.
I don't like any of this.
That was not what I asked you to do.
It's not going to be the first time.
Quietly.
Very well. Hello. I don't know any of you.
Where's our friend?
Who?
The guy who got taken. How do we get him
I
back?
must have arrived after this. What do you...
Our friend got taken by those creatures into a car.
Oh, well, we can do something about that eventually, but first I need to know, who are you? You do realize that your destiny does not exist up until yesterday.
Well, we are...
You can speak louder than that, Levi.
It's hard to gauge. I apologize.
You can hear, so like he's doing something where you can hear how you sound to others.
Okay.
It doesn't sound like your internal
Okay.
voice, but you can like hear, like it's like a recording of yourself playing through your mind.
We work for the magistrate of this world? What do you call her?
Sorry?
Are we allowed to talk about her?
I mean,
at this point, yeah.
we already talked about it to Percy, so...
The
I don't-
Templar.
What's...
Oh god. The Arbiter of this world. There's this person that like oversees the world.
I'm sorry. I'm not interested in religion.
There's a duck. There was a duck involved too, right? Like a large
different world.
mallard.
Different world.
This,
How
if
have
I gave you some bread...
How have you survived?
So we're from 100 years ago. We were caught in an alternate reality and then brought to this time period.
We were trapped... I don't know. Can I hear them or no?
Yeah, he's
making it so that... we were trapped within an alternate reality that was wrapped within the Fae.
Arcadia.
Yes.
Within Arcadia, another one. It was like a pocket in Arcadia. An extra pocket. They were not happy about it, to say the least. There was a bridge troll before all those things started coming up.
I honestly can't say it's the strangest thing I've heard, but an arbiter, that sounds like nonsense. But, well, welcome to the apocalypse.
Thanks.
It's nice to have you.
You are the third person to welcome us.
Yes, well...
Who are you?
Does it matter? I'm
Yeah.
not going to stay long. I mean...
Why did you... Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Why did you save us?
There's so few people left. I mean, it seems crappy to not save people if you can't. And I sensed the Leviathan moving, so I figured it was in my best interest to remove whatever was making that thing stir.
So where are we?
Oh, Kansas.
Okay, that's kind of closer, actually.
Yes, I lost my virginity in a house that used to be over there, so it's a very close sympathetic connection, so it's easiest for big jumps.
How old are you?
Oh. Well, after we had to stop pretending, it became easier. Maybe 70, 80, I think, somewhere in there.
Mastigos?
And what does he look like?
I'm sorry?
What are you?
Why would you know that word?
I channel the power of God.
Maleficarum.
Hey.
Hey.
It did not end well for you.
Well, clearly.
Now, you
but-
see, that's the third time someone said that, but never explained why.
These creatures seem to be quite offended by anything that could be considered divine. They, things that are touched by the divine, things that are objects of faith, things that have borne the faithful. They also creativity, like muses and other stuff like that. They flock to it and they erase it.
So is that why... were mine fine because they were the opposite of that? Is that...
Well, do you believe that the power that you wield is greater than yourself or a tool?
A tool?
Then you do not believe in the divine, you believe in power. There's a difference. Faith has to come into it. No one is sure exactly why they're like that. They also have no problem just eating people. They do seem to need to do that as well.
How do we avoid them?
Stay away from the major cities and places where people gathered. They're very much like people in that way, that the rural areas don't seem to have a lot of food for them. For some reason, they do not go after creatures or plants at all.
Do you know anything about something in Minnesota?
The Chiron.
I would not go to Minnesota.
Why?
Well, imagine a TV screen.
Okay.
Covered in static.
Okay.
Minnesota.
How do we
Like-
kill them?
Kill them? While they are very resistant to damage, on their own, individually, they are incredibly easy to fell. It's only in the large hordes that they're dangerous. And even then, I mean, keep plugging away. To be honest, if the Leviathan hadn't gotten involved, you probably would have broken free very quickly from the ones that were hounding you. Once their numbers are significantly reduced, they tend to disperse.
So don't go shiny.
Don't go shiny. Don't
There-
shoot guns.
There aren't humans left in Minnesota, then?
There's nothing left in Minnesota.
Nothing?
Like I said, here, he gives you a mental picture of like a satellite feed, and it literally looks like Minnesota is a TV screen.
We accessed a Chiron group intranet page that was still functioning.
You have internet?
We had internet.
Where did you find internet? In a cafe?
Minotaur.
Yeah. It's a long story.
A Minotaur gave you an internet connection.
Yes.
Yeah.
He ate a lot of routers and modems, is what he's telling us, and then he expelled out the internet.
I feel like you guys have had much weirder lives than me. That's
Which is saying something.
I mean, I was in a book up until 70 years ago.
What book?
To Kill a Mockingbird. Atticus Finch.
Wow.
Nice to meet you, Atticus.
Yeah.
I mean, thank you very much for saving our lives, but again, our friend Beck is back there. I don't know what we can do to help him.
Well, let's see, we're in Kansas. And they're attracted to places of power and faith. And creativity, of course. The only way to get them back from them is to...
What would they have done with him? Was their intention to kill all of us?
I do not know. I've never seen them come out of group in that large of a number so suddenly.
And what causes the Leviathans to stir?
The Leviathan only shows up for true faith. Someone who has a faith beyond even those who have a casual one. Like if you were to hold up a cross and have a reasonable amount of faith that the cross would stop something that was evil, that would attract them to a point. What your boy has is true faith. A faith that exists even when told that God no longer does.
So our greatest weapon attracts bigger
Does not attract them.
predators.
I just keep screwing us over, don't I?
Okay, so we have to figure out how to get Beck back. We have to figure out why there's still an intranet page active in Minnesota if there is no Minnesota. And actually to the point where this one, her sister, had an active account.
Have you been to
Still
Minnesota?
on the email.
Why would I go to Minnesota?
So you don't actually know that it's static.
I just showed you the satellite photos.
That's a picture, though.
Yes.
That doesn't actually mean that it's like that.
I don't understand.
What if someone's hacking a satellite?
To make it look like static?
Mm-hmm.
All of our sources say that people are hiding in Minnesota.
Who are these sources?
The Minotaur.
The Minotaur told you that there was people hiding in Minnesota?
Well, the Morningstar wanted us to go to Minnesota, and the Minotaur told us why.
The Morning Star?
Mm-hmm.
Lucifer?
Yes.
I'm surprised that the monsters even attacked you if you have connections to him.
I mean, tomato, one thing stronger than the other, I assume.
So you are servants of his?
No.
Oh.
No. Bloodline, long thing.
That's what she said.
Very well. As far as your friend goes, I'm afraid you're going to have to find somebody more powerful than me to assist him.
How do we do that?
You need to find somebody who has made a deal with these creatures.
Well, given that we're in Kansas, is there a wonderful wizard that happens to be around?
Well,
Thank you. Just waiting for that.
funny you should say,
Mm-hmm.
but there is someone who can help.
I'm gonna look around and see if there's yellow brick anywhere.
I check my shoes. Are these red to you?
I feel like you have trouble respecting fictional characters when one stands in front of you, so...
Oh, I was seriously looking for
you're
yellow
not
brick.
fictional if you're here.
Who says that?
I do.
Well, you will find that fiction and reality are much closer.
So you're supporting my statement.
But I'm not... I am fictional, though.
But if you're here, you're real.
Am I here?
You affected this world.
All right, before we get into a metaphysical debate, what were you saying about something stronger than you
The
that we
wonderful
can help
Wizard of Oz.
in Kansas?
There's the... I really don't want to send you to this thing.
Did we kill the reveal? And I'm a little...
Well, it's just... You seem like such nice folk, but you also seem insane.
Oh, we're definitely insane.
And so if I send you to this man, I'm not sure if you'll make it out.
Bring it on.
Can he give me back my hearing? Or my courage?
You've lost your courage?
I spinning my wheels. How do we get there?
He like magically produces a bobblehead. I'll put this on your dash. It will bobble in the direction you need to go.
What is the bobblehead?
It's a bobblehead of him.
Oh, okay.
Of this wizard?
Mm-hmm.
Can I talk to you if I like rub the head or something?
No. Also, that would mess with the bobble, so I wouldn't do that.
We've been through a lot lately. I apologize.
Seemingly.
Is there anything we should know about this man before we go?
Try to tell him none of the things that you have told me.
What's his name?
It's better that you not know until you arrive there.
Okay. And I mean, for the record, I meant no disrespect with the ruby slippers joke.
I understand, but much disrespect was implied.
Well, I apologize.
Or inferred, perhaps? I've always had trouble with those two.
Implied by him.
Well, no, because if I
Inferred.
didn't mean to imply it, then it was taken.
An inference.
No.
Then I should be apologizing
walk
to you
away.
for being offended.
I just walk away.
He's like, I'm gonna
Before you
punch
go, do you have
somebody.
any paper?
Hmm?
Do you have any paper?
Paper?
Yes.
What do you need paper?
Once you are gone, I'm not going to be able to hear any of them.
Oh. One better. He reaches down into the ground and the grass kind of like rises up and he like molds it and then a little whiteboard that you can hang around your neck.
Thank you.
And then he you walked away from him. So he goes over to you and plucks a hair off of your head and then straightens it out into a dry erase marker with one of those little erasers on the tip.
Thank you.
What are your goals in this world?
Survival, dear girl.
You have no interest in stopping what's going on.
Survival and mastery.
I
We're
mean,
trying
how
to-
would I stop it?
That's what we're trying to figure out. But you seem to be quite powerful. But you have no interest in stopping what's happened.
Well, my talents led towards what I'm doing with young Levi, some matter manipulation, moving through space, yes, but fighting hordes of zombies is not. I can't do anything about that. Magic doesn't work.
And we can!
Well-
Definitely we can! I walk away.
I mean, I didn't bring you to Kansas where it's safe.
Okay, one final question. Is Scout okay then? If you're running off doing these things?
Scout?
From the book.
Is she not your child in
Oh, I'm sorry.
fictional
I'm
blowout
sorry.
too?
I was not.
Why'd you pick a book you don't know very well?
I did. It just took me for a loop because I wasn't expecting you guys to reference the book.
Mario, you know us.
Well, it's also been 70 years since he's been in the book. So.
Chekhov's book.
I've long forgotten about my relatives. What are you talking about?
Well, last time I picked up my particular novel, I was still taking care of her. So.
Fancy that. I'll just turn around and walk off as well. Writing thank you on the whiteboard.
So I guess while I'm alone with him, I basically just like, I know like I hunt your kind, but I've,
Not anymore, you don't.
well, clearly, but like I've,
And I assure you, you never hunted my kind.
okay.
Witches, warlocks, practitioners, perhaps, but never at the level that you're dealing with now.
Okay. I just wanted to apologize.
Oh, well, we were never particularly put out by the Maleficarum.
I know, but I'm still sorry for my part in it.
Well, I'm sorry for what happened to your compatriots.
Thank you.
From the bus window.
Turn it.
Deafness isn't gonna stop his sassiness. Heart!
You know, it's almost like you have somebody in the party who has magical healing powers.
You just said we
Yeah,
couldn't
you said
heal
she
it.
couldn't do it.
No, she doesn't have magical healing powers. She was just going to use her, like, doctorness.
But you also specifically said this isn't something that can be healed. So I gave up.
Oh, I just meant she couldn't heal it
Oh,
with, like, being
screw
a doctor.
this. All right, come here.
Screw
Come here,
this. Wait, what about Leviathans? So we're gonna awaken with your divine power.
That's
We're
actually
gonna
a good
leave.
point.
We're gonna leave, right?
Are you sarcastically asking the air but meaning for me to answer?
I'm just saying. I want him to be able to hear.
The Leviathans, like I said, like all of these creatures, stick to city centers.
Right, we're okay here.
Oh.
So you are very far from
big
any-
Question. Does the
Misshapen.
bus stay with you, or is the bus ours?
You can have the bus.
Okay.
I don't know why you're
Floppy.
calling it that.
What's
is
its name?
I have no idea, but I feel like most living, breathing, thinking creatures have names.
It is living. Okay. All right. Cool. Thank you.
I mean, you did
Think of it like a
I thought maybe
horrible hermit crab.
I thought something had gone in the gas tank.
Would you like us to call you Herman?
What?
The bus, I'm sorry.
Oh.
The bus.
How about Hermit?
I guess you guys don't need me anymore.
I mean,
Thanks again for
yeah.
everything.
If you need me again, think really, really hard.
What?
If you need to contact me, think really, really hard.
Can I just start singing "Think of Me"?
Sure. I mean, neither is going to contact me in any way, but it's just funny to leave you with that thought.
Cool.
And then there's another pop as he teleports out.
Freaking mages.
I know he saved us and everything, but mages are real shitheads. Aren't they?
And it was just like we'd ever call him back. I would have rather had Percy on our side.
Well, how the hell are we gonna get back? I know he said to follow the bobblehead, but
Yes. Please heal our darling Levi first before we do anything
I'd
else.
tell you to like come in for a hug, and as I hug you, what is this one? I gotta remember how to do this. I kind of like this though.
Jesus.
Alright, I got one success.
I mean, it's less than like one lethal damage.
Yeah.
It's just.
Okay, you can hear again now.
Oh god, that bit was gonna get old quickly.
That means you did resolve your conditions. That is a beat.
Yay!
For Levi.
Yes.
I've got to be honest here, Zachariah. I feel like you're stepping on my toes a little bit.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to.
I don't think you're really sorry. But that's okay.
What do you want?
Free whiteboard.
Okay.
I will ask the bus if you're do you have a name that you want us to call you?
The whole bus
How
goes
was
like
supposed
this.
to say? Tilt?
Lean?
Well, no, it's like
So,
a dog.
In front of the bus, I point to myself and I say, Zach, Levi, Iris, Lucius. And then I point.
It plays La Cucaracha on its horn.
Roach.
Roach. It's the Roach Coach!
It goes.
Kook? Cucaracha?
I mean, can we just call
The doors open.
for us to get in, or that he
He's
likes
just
it?
doing the confused
Okay.
headlights.
Okay, in we go then. Bus.
Bussy.
I'm gonna
Call
name
him
you
Bussy.
Kyle.
I don't
Bussy.
think we should call him Bussy.
Bussy.
No!
I like
No.
Roach personally.
Roach?
but,
Is Bussy a bad thing?
Yes, Bussy is a bad thing.
We can talk about it later.
It is. Wait. Okay, we'll talk.
Should I not Google it?
Let's see what the
No.
bobblehead is. Maybe an incognito.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay. It's your marriage.
Where's the bobblehead pointing?
Can we make sure that his
Is it
phone isn't on?
SS?
It's
Wow.
not.
Okay.
I thought of a doctor.
Which way is the bobblehead pointing?
It definitely, like, as you go, it's easy to use to navigate.
Urban Dictionary.
Okay, take boy, and then another word that has the same letters.
As
Oh, a boy pussy?
Yes.
I don't know why you were scared to say that.
because it has a very stigma thing in gay culture.
Is it the butthole?
We're gonna
I don't get why it's bad.
cut out so much.
Everyone has a butthole.
Everybody poops, guys.
Okay, but not everybody. Never mind.
We're gonna
All
cut
right.
that out. It's okay.
All of our trunks
It's
and
okay.
penises.
We're okay.
We're doing it.
This whole night's rough, guys. You got this.
Okay.
So we're back on the bus. We're on Roach.
Back on
We're
Bussy.
on Bussy.
On fleek.
Keep an eye out. I mean, see what else.
I mean, now.
Are we going to Minnesota?
No, I mean, I feel like we have to follow the bobblehead so we can get back.
we're talking
Oh,
to.
right.
This guy.
We're talking to whoever Atticus was sending us towards.
Yeah. Which you're convinced that it is the Wizard of Oz.
I mean, he didn't say it wasn't.
He was kind of sketchy about it.
Yes.
You also didn't confirm it with your many hints.
I mean, okay, but either way, we're not supposed to tell him about what we've been through, so I'm not exactly supposed to share what
Oh
we're-
yeah, we're not supposed to tell this upcoming fella.
But I'm not really sure what we are supposed to tell him. So think about that for a while before we get there.
So the bobblehead takes you very clearly, it's all flat land. So, I mean, you drive for maybe half a day. A couple of you pass out in the bus, take turns driving. And eventually you crest a hill and spread out before you from here looks like the largest junkyard you've ever seen. Like, it stretches as far as the eye can see.
Oh,
Like car
that's
junk?
bad.
Well, see, it looks like that from here, but when you get closer, as the bobblehead specifically takes you to it, you start seeing little signs that say Bubba's Everything Emporium.
It's Bubba
Bubba.
who we were looking for.
And so you eventually pull into a little 2-spot parking lot, paved and everything, white lines, and the
Only 2
bus
spots?
takes up both spots. And then shuts down and settles.
I
Thank
guess
you, Bussy.
I guess he'd like to rest. Well, who wants to go first?
I will.
I'll follow.
I'll follow right behind.
All right, last it is.
So as you move into the yard itself, which does have a fence, but it was slightly ajar, easy to get into, you realize that there are just thousands upon thousands of shelves, 8-9 shelves high, and on each one is a single item with the label underneath it.
I'll go
What
look
kind
at
of
one.
labels are we looking
So
at?
there's one, there's a snow globe and it just says snow globe. Then there's an apple that says apple.
How nice are the labels?
Pretty nice.
Yeah.
Like label maker labels.
Okay.
Hello.
It's like someone's
I
categorizing.
tried to touch the snow globe.
You touch it.
Bubba.
Pick it up. Alright, okay.
Bubba. I look at Seb, kind of like, are you see anything?
And this place goes on.
I scream hello.
Think of a place that has one of every item cataloged on a shelf with enough spacing between them to where
You could like differentiate between items. Is there an office?
I mean, there's definitely like a 2-story building in the center.
Well, let's go
What
there.
happens if we switch 2 of the items?
Okay, you do that. You, proud of yourself for having done it, look down and realize the labels have also switched.
Damn it. I thought that would bring Bubba or someone at least.
I pushed
You
the
just want
snow
to-
globe off the shelf.
It falls, shatters in the ground, and then you look back up and there's a snow globe in its spot.
Smashing.
But it's a different snow globe.
Ooh.
So, theoretically, there's one of everything here that we could
More.
take.
Are they
Are
organized?
there guns?
There seems to be no organization whatsoever. There's an apple next to a snow globe. If there is a organizational system here, you do not know what it is.
Semi-round things? Come
Small,
on.
semi-round.
Next
Can
to a
be
katana.
eaten.
I take the katana.
Maybe we should not
I
do
wasn't going
anything
to
before
say.
we talk to Bubba first.
You're the one that suggested it.
Well, I know, but you should never believe or
I know.
consider the first thing I say.
I know.
To the house. Wander off with Seb prancing behind.
How far away is the house?
quite a ways.
I eat the apple.
Okay. Again, there's just a different apple there.
Okay, I just want to make sure I got some food in me as well.
And then as you eat it, you realize that it's been there for 30 years.
Oh, so it tastes like terrible.
So it's great on the outside, but the inside is very much so.
Mush.
Disgusting.
Don't any of the food, chaps.
Duly noted.
Unless it's a Twinkie.
Sure.
Or a McDonald's cheeseburger. You seen that?
So as you guys are walking towards that building, could you make resolve plus
All of us?
wits plus composure? I'm sorry.
All of us?
I want to see who sees it.
No.
Why would you? You're in like literally your fantasy now. It means everything. The Ark of the Covenant is here somewhere.
And if I take it, another one will take it. All of the magic items ever.
Okay.
Okay. Iris.
That was 7.
So Iris,
Have to?
Iris, you and Levi at the same time notice on the top
Him
shelf.
slightly before.
On the top shelf of one of the shelves, as you walking by, is a man sitting on top of the shelf in kind of like a lotus pose with a tiny little label underneath him that says Bubba.
Of course you have your own shelf. Makes sense.
Yeah, I suppose.
Hello up there.
Bubba.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt your.
Meditation?
Nah, I'm just kind of inactive. Decided to be a part of the collection for a minute. You know how it goes. He jumps down and then the label changes to empty.
Really quite like your
So
setup.
a old 96, 97-year-old man, one tuft of hair kind of hanging off just by will alone, no teeth whatsoever, nose that's been broken a million times, one droopy eye, sprightly walks over to you as if he's in his 30s. What can I be getting for you?
A Beck.
All right. You kind of see him literally move the shelf, and a very confused 90s pop
I
star
was just gonna say
is
not
sitting.
the artist.
What do we know? How do we?
Don't worry, he's an impersonator. The real guy's dead.
We need.
I'm really losing it, Levi!
We need.
Please tell me you took some of of that wine.
Agent
from...
Beck of.
Do you guys have
Project-
anything unique to replace it with?
Valkyrie?
Like unique anything. Like something that's truly not of this world.
We don't want that one.
Oh. He spins it back to where it was.
Agent Beck of Project Valkyrie.
So you're looking for people.
Yes.
We need to get back to the main house for that. He kind of goes like this, and the walkway starts speeding towards the house, as if you're on like a movable walkway.
Wait, so that means the Beck impersonator wasn't a person.
All right. Has any of you got a key for this? No, wait. I have the key for this. I live here. That's right.
Oh, I really thought that was your mom.
No.
He pulls out a skeleton key just like his.
Ooh.
Is this my house? Oh, we're going for the people. We don't need the house. He kind of like puts his hands under and picks it up, and there's like a stairwell going down. After y'all. Gotta keep them in cold storage.
I don't. I walk down.
Just go.
The world's gotten so crazy, right? As he's like walking in front of you while still holding it up back there.
Are you human?
Oh, no. God, no. No. Maybe?
What?
I think so. I think Bubba is human, but I think the collection is a group of objects.
Well, that sounds truthful.
Are you the collection?
No, I'm a part of the collection. You saw me on my
Oh,
shelf.
yes.
Yeah. Now, he goes down to what is clearly like a Circle K, like bank of like things, and there's just people hanging in them. And he like opens one, and he kind of just like pulls out a rack of people. Like, now what kind of person are you looking for?
His name is Beck.
Agent Beck of Project Valkyrie.
He's
I'm gonna narrow it.
That sounds really unique, like a specific person.
Yes.
What's his first name?
Beck.
What's his last name?
Blank.
Myth.
Y'all don't know your close personal friend's first and last name.
We did never say close personal friend. We just said we have to find him.
I mean, he was very private.
Can you find...
He's related to me.
I was going to say...
Oh. He goes over to another fridge and he pulls out like just a rack of lucifuges.
Okay.
Beck, you say?
Yes.
Was that an adopted name?
I think
Yes.
so.
He was really... Freaking... We know his last name.
The family.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Benson. Bisbee. Benson? Bisbee.
It was Benson.
I think you're right.
It was Tombstone, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Tombstone.
Oof.
Everyone's like, I got this in my notes, right? I don't.
Well, my notes
I
stopped
don't.
the session before that.
Sure.
As you guys are like talking amongst yourself, Bubba kind of like crawls up onto one of the racks and kind of like just is like hanging there like the rest of them.
Is that comfortable?
I start taking some vitals.
You wish you hadn't.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. You hear like 8 heartbeats and like
His blood pressure is too...
his breathing kind of sounds like a train whistle. No, like one of those like wooden train whistles. You know what I mean? It's just like
Still would be startling. I heard that in my stethoscope.
I don't know what to do.
I mean, do we really think this is the real Beck though?
I mean, it's...
How would he
How
have
would
that?
we have the real Beck?
How did he have an apple on the shelf for 30 years?
Do you have
I don't know.
one of me?
What's your name?
Zachariah Michael Jones.
When were you born?
That's a great question, and I totally know what my birthday is.
Do we have any of Beck's belongings under brush?
I mean, I'm sure we can find some of his clothing.
Zachariah.
Do I still have the sample I took from him?
Oh,
You might, actually.
Can you use that? Just make up a year.
Because I had a specific birthday. Whatever my birthday is.
You're over 100 years old?
Sure.
And you look like that?
Sure.
Alright.
Oh,
He
right.
pulls open another rack and, goes out infinitely. And then there's a empty spot. This is where you go.
When he dies?
You stopped existing. And now you're existing again. You're part of my collection. And you need to go back.
You weren't supposed to tell me.
Oh,
Fuck. I start running towards the exit.
And that's where we'll end the session.